Alrighty then. So I go to Cabela's with my buddy, who he's kind of new to guns, and he's looking to buy. He's had two guns, and yeah, he's bought and sold and bought and sold. He just looking for the perfect fit. So we go to Cabela's. He's looking for a gun. The old FUD, FUDD, behind the counter. Uh, we're looking at there's a Kimber Custom 2, and these typically go for about 800 bucks. Now I think the one in the display case at Cabela's was all blue, not two-tone like this one, but it was 800 bucks. And then the other one was a Rock Island, and the Rock Island about 400 bucks. So I'm just using this other phone for the pictures. So before the FUD walks up, he looks at the Rock Island. He's like, "Wow, look at this, 400 bucks," because it's in the same display case that 1911s. And he's looked at this and he's like, "Wow, 400 bucks." He's like, "Wow, it's the basic Rock Island." And I said, "Yeah, that's a good deal, bud. That's a good buy. If you want that, but that's a 1911." I said, he's new to guns. I was like, that's a real man's gun. I was just telling him, it's a 1911. We've gone through the whole talk about 1911s versus modern guns. And up to that point, he'd only had the two striker fired, Smith & Wesson SD 9 and a Smith & Wesson M&P 9. So he wanted to move up in the world to 1911. So I said, "Yeah, Rock Island, that's badass. I mean, that's good. If you want, you can go for that one. That one's a good buy." And the Kimber, he looks at the Kimber, and I said, "That's junk. Do not get the Kimber. Kimber is junk. First of all, the the frames are aluminum, and that's probably why they're junk. They're very unreliable. You pay for the name and the little extras they give you. If you take a quality gun, let's say a Colt, and you put in all the extras, the beaver tail, the skeletonized hammer, all the little extras that they put into their guns, and that Colt will come out to like $1,200, but Kimber sells it to you for $800. That's got to tell you something right there. It's still a budget gun for what you get, but it starts off with the aluminum frame, which, in my opinion, that's the secret to all their troubles. Now, there's plenty of aluminum frame guns out there like SIGs, but they did it right. Sig Sauer, all their guns, the ones that are not polymer, aluminum frame, they're just fine, perfect. Rock Island, all steel. So the FUD comes up and he says exactly the opposite. Now, he's a gray-haired FUD. He's in the Cabela's outfit with that little shooting vest, the hunting vest. He's got the gray mustache and the gray hair, snow on the roof. And he's like, "That's a good gun." He said, "Kimber, that's a good gun." He says, "Rock Island, don't get that. That's just budget. That's just budget cheap stuff." I just held my tongue. I didn't say nothing because my friend knows I know what I'm talking about. So, but anyway, he did not end up getting either of them at that day. He ended up buying a SIG, a different SIG, but he regretted not getting the Rock Island and has since bought himself a nice Rock Island full rail tactical, and he is pleased as punch. It's smoother than my Springfield, I'll say that. My Springfield 1911. So, what's your take on that? What would you recommend, Kimber or Rock Island?